Ladies and gentlemen, sports enthusiasts and cosmic explorers, welcome to Cosmic Quartz, a podcast that explores the intersection of sports and astrology.
Today, I, Elizabeth, will take the wheel in drafting the NFL's most astrologically aligned dream team, while Michael will lend his expertise to assess the potential success of this lineup. I will pick the perfect astrological team based on their sun sign and why are they perfect for that role, whether it's the quarterback, running back, or wide receiver. Michael will then analyze my team draft from a sports perspective and let me know if I did a good job.
And today, right here on Cosmic Quartz, we'll do just that. This will be a Zodiac team draft.
Let's embark on this cosmic journey together through forming the ultimate NFL team based on astrological attributes. All right, guys. So when doing this, it took a lot of research. Like, ask Michael. It took me a long time to find, like, who would be what Zodiac would be the right for that position. I've never learned about football, and I had to actually do my own research about this. You know, it's so much different than any other sport. So I went through each of the positions. So Michael kind of helped me with picking, in terms of what positions I should be doing. So quarterback, I picked 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 fullback, and 1 offensive lineman. So those are
Our team.
all the positions.
That's the team. That's the position we're drafting.
Exactly. So I guess we'll start with the quarterback. Do you want to tell me a little bit what a quarterback does?
Yeah, so they're basically the leader. They're the one who sets the play. They before taking the field, they speak with the coach. Let's do this play, and then he hears it on the little headset on his little helmet. They actually have headsets on there.
A little helmet?
And his little helmet.
In his helmet. Cute for me?
I don't know. I just looked at you and I was talking to you, so it came out naturally. But yeah, he has a headset, and that's how they communicate, because he communicates with the head coach and the offensive coach, offensive coordinator. And then you see when they huddle up right before the play, they get in a little circle. Yeah. That's the quarterback telling everybody to play, because not everybody there has the headset. So he has to communicate it, and he has to be literally on point. And then sometimes you see that little booklet on their arm. It's like a little thing, a little paper. Yeah. Well, that has all the plays on there as well.
What about when they scream out 180? 180.
Yeah, 180.
They also scream it out loud.
When they're lined up, they started screaming. It could mean plenty of things. It could be to throw the other team, the defender, off by saying a fake play. Maybe they're running an audible, where sometimes you see the emotion, you see the football, the quarterback kick the back, he just steps back and puts his foot back in. That basically motions a wide receiver to go from one end to the other. Mm-hmm.
Which now I know what a wide receiver is.
Yes.
Thank God I finally learned some of this.
No, she really did her research. Mm-hmm. And yeah, sometimes they do Omaha, and they'll motion the play, and sometimes he goes and then they don't say hi. That's basically to force the defensive line to react, do a false start, to react, and then they do a false start, because they can only move the moment that the center throws the ball back to the quarterback. Gotcha. But yeah, no, they're basically one of the most important positions.
They handle the ball to the running back.
Yeah, they have to make the quick decisions. They see if the running back's going to get tackled. He can maybe pull it back in, really back into himself, and then do a quick motion pass. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd say they're one of the most important, and they're most vulnerable, because they just have to pass the ball. Yeah. They can't defend themselves in any way. Defending themselves is them getting the ball out of their hands. Sometimes they hold on too long, and then
that's when they get tackled.
That's when they get tackled. Exactly, like a quarterback sack.
Well, the first time I ever heard of football, the first player I ever heard of was Tim Tebow.
Of course, because he was in the UF.
Yeah, I learned about him, and I was like, wow, okay, this guy's people love him in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Florida.
Yeah, so that's the first time I ever heard of him.
You know Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback right now?
No.
Well, he's a quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson. And he played here in Broward County.
Wow.
And I have him on my starting quarterback on my fantasy team. Yeah. Amazing. So quarterback's really good. Who did you pick for the quarterback?
So my pick for quarterback is Josh Allen.
Allen keeps it, pumps, runs, breaks the plane. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen took care of it himself.
Okay.
Josh Allen. Yeah, you want to tell me?
Not a bad pick. Yeah, he's from Buffalo. Mm-hmm. He's been there for a couple of years. They've gone far with him. Like he's their franchise quarterback, so they're really settled in him, like with him. But no, he's nasty. He's nasty. He's on my backup actually. Ironically, he's my backup. So
in your fantasy?
In my fantasy, yeah. So it's not a bad time, not a bad thing. He won Pro Bowl, and second team All Pro honors. He went to he brought the team basically to 4 playoffs. He's won the AFC East 3 consecutive times, which is very unfortunate because the Miami Dolphins are in the AFC East. It's a devastating blow. So
for you,
yeah, for me, for him, it's awesome. For me, it's not so great. But yeah, no, he's a really good player. I mean, it's not a bad pick. So why'd you pick him?
So I was looking through. So basically, with the definition of quarterback, like they have to kind of think quickly. Like they have to kind of be adaptive to a situation.
Because sometimes the defense could line up in a certain way that the offensive coordinator, before they actually lined up to do the play, they could change it. Mm-hmm. So, or the linebacker, that's like that. It's like linebacker on the defense is like the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So like he's the ones that sees how he sees them line up, and then they start telling him, "Oh, okay, they're gonna run this play, they're run place," and the quarterback sees that. They gotta change the play. He
has to be reactive, and he has to be smart.
Yes.
Smart, athletic. So for my pick, who I think what kind of zodiac sign gives off that energy of a quarterback, I would say Gemini. People might disagree with me. People think Geminis are crazy, but I think Geminis are smart. They're quick thinkers, they're adaptable, and effective communicators, and that is the big part. Yeah, like I said in the previous episode about Geminis being ruled by Mercury, making them great communicators, this is another reason why. If they're good at captains, like a quarterback being a captain, then they'd be an amazing quarterback. Mm-hmm. And Josh Allen is a Gemini. These traits could align with quarterbacks, making those split decisions and adapting to changing game situations. And, like I said before, they're mutable signs, so they work hard to prepare for transformation. And they're able to be flexible. So I see, I personally don't watch football to know the way that Josh Allen is. If I were to watch him probably every day and during games, then I would be able to see those Gemini tendencies. But I picked him because he seems to be a really good player, and
he is.
Yeah, and
that's a great pick.
He's a Gemini.
It's a very great pick. Very good pick, and he's very confident.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, very good pick. It's not bad.
Strong.
Not bad. I mean, on a draft, it's not bad. Like on my fantasy, he could score like 15 to 22. Yeah. So it's not bad. It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. Really good pick.
Awesome.
Okay, so now what's the other position that we went into?
So now we're gonna pick our wide receivers. So I picked 2 wide receivers.
They go hand in hand with the quarterback.
Yes.
So who are they?
So you want to tell me a little bit about wide receivers before I tell you my picks?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they go. Like I said, they go hand in hand. They're the ones that line up all the way on the side. That's what they call them, wide outs. They're all out on the wide of the field. And yeah, so they are the ones that position there, and they're the first options that the quarterback goes to. If the quarterback is not faking the pass to the running back, so the running back can just run, he's going to be passing to his wide receiver. Can either be passing to a wide receiver, a tight end, a fullback, or a running back. It was usually the last option. They'll pass to them.
Okay.
But their wide receivers, that's their first option.
Their main job is to catch the plays.
That's their only job.
And to
is to catch and block
and run down the field. Yeah. To get the most
yards. Yeah, yards after catch. YAC. That's what you see.
I feel like if I was a football player, I'd be a running back, or you would too. Like
I would love to be a quarterback because I just
not a running back, a wide receiver.
What, wide receiver? Wide receiver is that's the thing. It's a fun job though.
But when you played baseball, weren't you like outfield?
Yeah,
I know I'm comparing. I look at things differently.
Yeah, I know there's no video, but like you just see my eyebrow almost fly off my forehead when she asked me like about baseball. I'm like, oh, we're off topic.
In baseball, you were outfield. Isn't that kind of like the vibe that wide receivers have? Like they
because I'm catching a ball
far away
from I guess so. Yeah, because it's exciting. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's cool. I never even thought of it like that. Yeah, so I'd probably be a good wide receiver for sure. I'd love to be quarterback because it's just fun. But wide receiver is fun too because it's just straight fast. Like you had to beat the guy defending you, and then you had to catch the ball. And then you have to do as much as you can to get the YAC, like the yards after catch, because that's what really matters. But yeah, I mean, they go hand in hand.
They want to advance as far as possible.
For sure, exactly. Yeah. That's the yards after catch. They want to do that because their whole goal is to get the 6 points.
And they create those opportunities. You know, they add the excitement, really, because when you see a wide receiver catch a ball from that long, it's just like the crowd goes wild.
Crazy. It's like, look at Tyreek Hill.
They're like showmen.
Tyreek Hill is like one of the biggest wide receivers right now in the game, and all he does is a show. It's a show every time you see him. He's lightning fast. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's very important. If you have a really good wide receiver, that helps the quarterback very much.
Okay,
so who would you pick for a wide receiver?
So I have 2 picks. So I picked 2 Zodiac signs. Okay. So, like I said, wide receivers are kind of like the show, the vibe.
Mm-hmm. So who would you get?
They're... Not only are they physically fit, they have to be fit enough to catch, you know, and they have to be able to navigate the field and make those precise movements.
For sure, like know the read, like know the play, and run it to perfection. Run your route really good.
So perfection is basically the vibe that they give off.
So who would you pick?
So I picked for my first one, I picked Calvin Johnson.
2nd down and 10. On the slant. Here is Calvin Johnson. He's going. Calvin Johnson being chased by 4 Cowboys. Inside the 10 and knocked out of bounds at about the 2 or 3.
AKA Megatron?
Megatron, yes. So
wow, what a player.
So I'm picking people that might be retired too. Like, doesn't matter. This is obviously like fake.
It's a fantasy.
It's
a fantasy.
It's literally a fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
But you know, I wanted to leave it open to any player really. So you want to tell me a little bit about Calvin Johnson and what you think of him?
Yeah, I mean, he was nasty.
Megatron,
he was nasty. Yeah, he was nasty for the Detroit Lions. He
greatest wide receiver of all time from what I read.
Literally, like he had the size and the speed, and that combination is just disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, he was nasty. He played for Detroit for like 9 seasons. You know, he had it all, and he was very like he was a humbling player, but at the same time, like he would get really emotional, and when he would actually get like some crazy catches, granted, obviously. But no, yeah, he was just nasty. He was nasty. He was able to beat you off the run, and off any route that he would do, he would be open no matter what. But yeah, he was very successful. What would his sign be then?
He is a Libra. So I picked Libra as my first wide receiver. I love Libras. Libras are, they are known to be, if you look at the sign of Libra, if you look at the symbolic figure that represents Libra, it's a woman holding balances.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's known as like justice. Like
yeah, that's what they use for the court, right?
So if you look at a wide receiver, they're the ones kind of like the first pick, like they could really do anything, you know. So they just Libras are known for like coordination, grace.
Okay, gotta have that.
Physically fit, like Libras are known to be poised, and they're ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is the planet of love and beauty. So and about, you know, showing off that beauty. So that's another reason why I picked Calvin Johnson as my first pick. And they just have skillful abilities. Like they're very talented. They cooperate and they value teamwork. You know, they always, I would say Libras are the type of people that always think of the other person and how they would feel. They sometimes are really bad at making decisions. So I don't think that might go with the wide receiver, but I think that every other quality kind of helps.
I think you have to take risks as a wide receiver. You have to take risks. Cause if you don't, then you're probably not going to catch a lot of balls.
Well, the thing about Libras is that they sometimes take calculated risks. And,
there you go.
You know, and calculated risks in the way that it might look like it's
chaotic.
Not like, chaotic. Like, it looks graceful to you, but then to them, it's like internally, like they're like,
okay, got it.
But it looks beautiful to you
because I'm not seeing all the chaos that's going into.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. Damn,
Libras
I didn't know that.
suffer with a lot of that internal like battle, but to people, you know, they don't see it that way. So that's what I meant by that.
Got it. Okay.
My second pick is Steve Smith.
Steve Smith?
Sorry. I'm having like a word fart. Steve Smith.
You don't know who Steve Smith is. By the end of this game, you don't know who he is. You don't think I'm one of the best? You better check your record. If you see this face, that means I score.
Okay. That's not a bad pick. That's nasty. That's pretty stacked, honestly. I don't want to be defending these players, you know. Steve said when he was in the NFL, he was nasty. He would play for like 16 seasons.
Yeah, another retired.
Another retired. But I mean, it's just so many great players. It's a really good pick. Play with the Panthers. Play for the Ravens. But yeah, no, he's nasty.
Yeah.
Like he definitely left a mark on that franchise, and he was. Let me tell you, cocky. Extremely cocky.
Yeah.
So what is his sign then?
So like Libras, the other sign that's ruled by Venus, so there's two signs that are ruled by the planet of love and beauty, is Taurus.
Okay.
So both of them give off that energy of like confidence.
That confidence.
Effortless confidence. Beauty.
Confidence.
If you look at every Libra and Taurus, you'd be like, wow, you were crafted into beauty. You're an angel.
Wow.
You're beautiful. And it's not just the way that they look, but the way that they present themselves, the way that they act. I think that they would make good wide receivers. Like Tauruses would make good wide receivers because of their strength. They're known to be stable, determined. And Taurus is actually a earth sign. So, you know, earth signs are known to be like connected to the earth.
Grounded.
Yeah, they're known to be more athletic.
Then, okay.
Yeah, they're known to be more in tune with their health.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know.
Definitely got to be healthy, especially in such a contact sport. So, pretty great pick.
Yeah, and like when it comes to like determination and being persistent, Tauruses might be linked to that tenacity that requires to run precise routes, you know, that the wide receivers make. And like I said, Tauruses, they give off this natural charm, and Libras as well. And they're very witty with their words. So if I haven't seen any interviews with Steve Smith or Calvin Johnson, so I could imagine that they like give off this confidence when they speak as well.
For sure. I mean, no, so far the team is pretty stacked. I mean, it's a really good pick so far. Okay, so that's the wide receivers.
Yes.
Now you did the running backs too?
Yeah. So I picked one running back. So
okay.
Give me a little refresher on a running back.
So they're ones that line up either on the side of the quarterback or behind him when they're about to, you know, hut and grab the ball and about to pass it. You see them, either the quarterback will just kind of shovel the pass back to them, or they'll do like a cool little handoff, kind of fake the defense.
Yeah.
So it makes it look like the quarterback didn't even hand the ball off. If they do it well enough, it catches the defense really. But yeah, the running back, and then what they do is the offensive linemen kind of push until make a little hole, a hallway that gets through them, and that's what the running back, he'll run through that, and then that's what he does. He just runs the ball. He runs the ball as far down to the field. Extremely.
And make good decisions.
Extremely fast, very strong because you got to endure hits after hit, because I think running backs are like the number one hit players.
Wow.
So they have to
block the quarterback sometimes, right?
Yeah, they got to block sometimes too. If they're not using the running back, they use him as primarily for blocking. You see that too more often with tight ends, but with running backs, you see that as well. So
the team might rely on running backs a lot.
Oh my God. I mean, that's so far the wide receivers and the running backs are extremely important. I mean, the running back they just go hand in hand. There's no one that's more. Yeah, there's not one that's more important.
Wide receivers are like the showman, catch the ball from far away. And then running backs are I'm getting through it.
Yeah, like, you're in the
zone.
In the nitty gritty, like you're just I have to be the one to create something.
Yeah.
If my offensive lineman can create the hole, I gotta push through it, and then I gotta like just hit check somebody, just stiff arm them, and just do what I gotta do to keep going down. So running backs, it's definitely a hard position, tough position.
Okay, so the running back that I chose is DeAndre Swift.
Delayed handoff to Swift. Got a good block on the edge. Takes it down, spinning inside the 5. First and goal, Philadelphia.
All from Philly. That's a good one. I have him on fantasy. He's my starter. He gave me 18 points last week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he's nasty. Yeah, he was, like I said, he plays in Philly. He's very consistent, extremely consistent. I haven't seen much of his interviews. Like I said, I have him on my fantasy, so I know how much he scores, and he is nasty. So it's a really good pick. Yeah,
I was when I was doing this research, I was seeing he's one of the best running backs currently.
Really?
Yeah, he's not one of the. I would say top 10
yard-wise?
Top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow. Yeah. I mean, well, so far his team looks like it's pretty unbeatable. So why'd you pick him though?
So when I was reading more about running backs, like you said, they are in the nitty gritty. They are the decision makers. They go through it. They're like they'd rather go through it than plan. They're like, go lead and do your thing. So for me, I would say Capricorns are the great running back, and DeAndre Swift is a Capricorn. So Capricorns, they're known to be ambitious, hardworking, and have practical spirits. Like, they're very practical. They're very traditional. They think realistically. They create realistic plans. Like we said in our last episode, Dwayne Wade is a Capricorn, and talk about going through it nitty gritty, putting yourself out there in the paint, They can make good running backs because their grit gets that job done.
For sure. And that makes them last in that position because it's a very injury prone position. So that makes a lot of sense.
And, their decision making is calculated, and they always find a way to win their life, career, health. I feel like Capricorns, if you were to look at a Capricorn, it's like pinnacle. Like, everything is perfect, pristine, because they make the right decisions. And they have practical solutions. They're down to earth, and they stay very organized with their strategies. Very similar to a Virgo, but I would say a Virgo is a little bit more adaptable, and you can mold a Virgo to do different things, when a Capricorn is just that way
and that's
or nothing.
Got it.
So do you think that kind of reflects a running back?
I would say so. I mean, that you literally, I honestly cannot explain it any better than you just did, at least in connection of that sign with being a running back, because that's literally, they have to be strong. They got to be in the nitty gritty. They have to make plays sometimes out of nothing. Yeah. So, I mean, you're so far unbeatable still. And with DeAndre Swift, like you said, he's part of your fantasy, so he's there for a reason. I don't pick no scrubs. My fantasy is doing amazing right now. I think I'm gonna win. I think so far so far it's really nasty. So what's the next position that you have? So my next position is tight end. So you want to tell me a little bit about tight ends? Yeah, so just like a wide receiver, they're a little bit more bigger, a little bit more slower, because tight ends, like I was saying earlier, they use them more for blocking. But yeah, no, they're definitely could be a great option. I mean, there's some amazing tight ends that they man the ball more than a wide receiver, which it's insane. But yeah, they're definitely the ones that create the blocking, and it's like a combination of like a wide receiver but with a lineman, because you're big enough to block effectively, consistently, but then you're also fast enough and have really good hands where you can just run down the field and actually catch the ball as well. And because of the blocking, they're a lot stronger. They're able to last a lot longer. They're like the lead blocker for the running plays. Most of the time they're a lead blocker. Maybe they use them as like a second option, but I mean, what do you think of tight ends? Their first option is blocking. Do they ever run the ball themselves? Is that ever an option? Obviously, if that's it might happen. It might happen. I mean, you've seen offensive linemen catch a pass, which is what? It doesn't make sense. So I guess in a crazy scenario, I wouldn't doubt that a tight end, maybe if they have no running backs, they're all injured, I would assume they would most likely use a wide receiver for that. But tight end, I mean, it makes sense because they're actually as strong, so they might use a tight end more than a wide receiver in lieu of no running backs. Yeah, so the player that I picked for the tight end is Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Jackson to Andrews. Does he get in? Yes, touchdown! Mark Andrews with a
his first touchdown of the season.
Okay, that's not bad either. He's I think in top 5 right now in fantasy, top 5 tight end. It's for the Ravens. But yeah, no, he's pretty nasty. He's pretty nasty. He has the size, he has the strength. If you see a picture of this man, this guy's tough. He's tough. But he's very quick for his size. So it's like you say, it's literally like a combination of a wide receiver, and like an offensive lineman in terms of size.
So they really have to have a good relationship with the quarterback, you would say.
For sure, because they can use the tight end as like a second option. So I'm a quarterback, right? I grab the ball, I look straight at the first option immediately with no hesitation at the first player. Always gonna be a wide receiver. Second option, the other wide receiver. No option there, tight end. So tight end is extremely important. Like that's where I gotta go.
The running back wouldn't be
they'll be the last option. They'll be like the fourth option.
Yeah, because they have to go through
they'll
it.
run. No, they won't stay back there. They'll block. And if there's usually the longer the quarterback takes, the more people start breaking through the line and get to him. So what they'll do is the running back will block, and if the quarterback still has the ball, the running back himself will get into a position, and then like, oh, I'm here, just open. If you want to throw it away, just pass it to me, and I won't gain much, but it's better than you being sacked.
Yeah.
So
such a Capricorn.
Okay.
they're such Capricorns, yeah.
Yeah. So, but why'd you pick him?
For tight end, I'm picking Virgo.
Okay. Yourself.
Mark Andrews is a Virgo.
I don't know why, but I thought you said Mark Anthony. I don't know. Yeah. So he's a Virgo. Okay.
He's a Virgo.
Okay.
And tight ends are mainly blocking. They're communicating with the quarterback.
For sure.
They're the quarterback's right-hand man, sometimes you would say.
Yeah, because they kind of have helped them out of a pickle.
Yeah.
They help him out of a pickle.
Pickle. I want a pickle right now.
Pickles are... I don't like...
You don't like pickles?
I like pickles on a chicken sandwich. And it has to be like a pickled pickle.
Yeah, not like a McDonald's pickle.
Not a McDonald's pickle tastes weird.
Because they're sweet.
But then ones in like jars are gross. They're just too acidic for me. They're acidic. They're vinegar.
You have no taste.
It's like you're dipping a pickle. It's like you're dipping a cucumber in a kombucha. Like that should make no sense.
But I like kombucha too. So okay.
To each their own.
At least I get all the pickles.
So why would a Virgo be a great tight end?
So Virgos are known to be practical, adaptable, hardworking, and I think that they make good tight ends because of their mutability, just like Geminis. They're
Mutability?
mutable.
What does that mean?
Like mutability means that they could adapt to any situation.
Oh, okay.
They make the decisions quickly. They work super good under pressure.
Okay.
I work well under pressure, You
do. You flourish when shit gets really crazy.
Yeah. Like I'm the type of person that I procrastinate so much.
For sure.
Because of my Sagittarius rising. But I procrastinate, and then when I'm under that pressure, I flourish. It could also be ADHD a little bit.
I think that's a little bit off of that, but
yeah. But they're all
literally the
yeah, going off on tangents. Okay, so Virgos are always prepared for the next challenge, and tight ends need to be good at blocking. And Virgos are known to be perfectionists.
For sure.
They want the best. They want to be the best at everything. They want to protect people. Like, I am so defensive and protective over the people I love. And since I picked my quarterback to be a Gemini, Virgos and Geminis go like this because they're both from the same planet. Both good communicators.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
So my mom is a Gemini. I have a really close relationship with my mom. I love Geminis. I think that they're crazy and they add a balance to my stability. So you would think as a tight end as being kind of considered they're like your backbone sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, they do so much.
And that's how
they
Virgos
do so much
are considered.
that are not just about cashing.
Virgos are considered like the foundation of your house.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because they add that practical element that sometimes Capricorns add, but also keeping that open-mindedness to what can be next. And Mark Andrews is a Virgo, so
great choice. Wow,
awesome.
you're killing it with this list, let me tell you.
Thank you. All right, so next is a fullback. Oh, and I forgot to mention, another reason why I thought Virgo would be a good tight end is because as soon as I read tight end, I thought tight ass. Like, you know, they say tight ass, like, oh, like, you don't stray away from perfection. Like, you want to be perfect.
All right, let's talk about fullbacks, right? Okay, I mean, I literally was I'm shocked. I didn't even expect that. This was off script. I'm looking like, what is going on here?
A play on words, okay.
A play on words?
Yes.
Or are you just thinking about booty cheeks?
Both. Okay.
Both.
Fullback,
okay.
So tell me, what does a fullback do?
Fullback is like primarily, like I say, like 70-80% blocking, and the rest is receiving. Mm-hmm. So they're primarily more concentrated in blocking than a tight end will be. So they're really good. They're really good at like protection. They're really good at blocking, like in terms of when a wide receiver catches the ball or running back is running, they're the ones that are full on sprint to catch up to protect that player.
Wow, yeah. I picked a good one then.
Okay.
Alec Ingold.
3rd and 1, running formation, but they'll throw out of it, and they go back to Alec Ingold. Ooh, hello, over the top, fullback with the hurdle.
Alec Ingold from the Dolphins?
Yes.
He's a captain. He's a captain on that team. That's crazy.
Look at me go. Oh,
that's no okay. Damn. Let's see.
Good
let's see.
fullback.
That's amazing. For a fullback to be a captain, that's crazy. And yeah, he's the success that a really good fullback can bring is incredible. But yeah, like, so tell me more. Why'd you pick him?
So I picked Alec Goldman.
Alec Ingold.
Ingold, sorry. I picked Alec Ingold because he is a Cancer. So Cancers, I think, would make a good fullback because they are stubborn and possessive.
I'm about to step out right now.
They're extremely protective and devoted.
Okay, now it sounds a little better.
Yeah, like fullbacks, like you said, if you say that they run to go defend and block,
literally,
no matter what, then that is the perfect example of a Cancer. You know, protecting,
putting your body over for the person that they're helping.
Do they ever work together with the tight end, or is that something like who do they work the most with? Just the whole team.
The whole team. They'll block for everybody. So the whole team.
So they are down for their whole family. Just like Cancers are. You tell a Cancer about their family, and that's like their number one thing that they think of. So, you know, they are almost supernatural. Like they have a sense of intuition because they are linked to the moon, and the moon is known to be very intuitive to us because we're super close to it. It makes them great at knowing when to defend the quarterback and when to pass the ball. They have big emotions but tough exteriors, so they have to be very strong to block and defend, but their emotions and their passion is what drives them. Yeah, because they put that in front of their own personal interests, because they're not going to get the ball often, and they can, but their main goal is to protect. So that's a pretty great option. Pretty dope. All right, but damn, okay. A Dolphin player. You're trying to get me more in love with you. I'm trying to impress you. All right, so far you're doing a great job. Okay. So who's the next player? So, my final part of my team, your fantasy team, is the offensive lineman. So really, wow. I mean, I'd say that's the toughest position. Outside of quarterback, that's gotta be the toughest one. Because your only job is to hold the guy that's trying to kill your quarterback in front of you. Like, literally just hold him back as much as you can on every single play. You're like 300 pounds, 290 pounds, and the amount of stamina that they have for that weight is illogical. Like, there's no reason why they should be that fast. But yeah, their main goal is to protect their quarterback, give that quarterback enough time to throw the ball away. And they're pure non-statistical. Obviously, giving they have a statistic where they give up sacks, but that's it. Like, there's no individual
specific award. Like you can be a really great offensive lineman, but you're never going to get the recognition.
Wow.
Because you're not, this guy specifically prevented it. No, it's like the whole defense stopped it.
Wow.
So it's very selfless. It's a very selfless position.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my pick for the offensive lineman is Jason
Kelsey. Wow.
Jason Kelsey.
That's the best offensive lineman literally in the game right now.
No way.
You know he has a brother.
His brother, yeah. Travis.
No, yeah. Jason is nasty. He's so sweet, so humbling.
You might like him because of his sign, but tell me a little bit more about him before we get into his sign.
Yeah, so a little bit specific more about him. He's with Philly, just like DeAndre Swift. And he's the older brother of Travis Kelsey, who's the tight end for Kansas City, for the Chiefs. And yeah, he's just an amazing protector. You know, he actually helped his brother get to the NFL because his brother was having issues with school, not paying attention too much, and Jason stepped in and is like, look, I'm gonna set this plan out. You need to do this. If you don't do this, you're not gonna succeed.
Wow.
But if you do, like, you got this, and I'll protect you. And he's a extremely sweet, gentle giant. But when you're playing against him, he's not sweet at all. He's a menace. Tough. He's huge.
Then I picked the perfect Zodiac sign because
okay, so why?
What's the sign then? What you just said about him being like so sweet and like selfless, but then at the same time when it's business, he's business and he's intimidating.
Yes.
And that is exactly what a Scorpio is. A Scorpio would make the perfect offensive lineman, and Jason Kelsey is the perfect offensive lineman due to this. You know, Scorpios are known for their intensity, their passion, and determination. They're highly independent and self-reliant individuals, and they value loyalty and trust. And with football, I think that they would be the best for that position because they're known for their competitive spirit. If you were to go around a Scorpio, they're always trying to compete for like the best thing, you know, and it's not because they're doing it to hurt anybody. They're doing it because, you know, they just want to be the best. They want to be the best for themselves and prove to themselves that they can be the best. And just like pushing themselves to the limit. They're known for their passion, and they're sometimes known for holding grudges and being a little alluring and a little like mysterious and very strong personalities. But they work hard to obtain what they want. And they love to see the people around them succeed. And I would say Scorpios are super smart, like with creating plans. And like you said, gentle giants. You look at a Scorpio and you're sometimes intimidated by them. But when you actually get to know them, you're like, wow, you're the sweetest person in this world.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's inspiring, honestly.
And you said he plays with Swift.
DeAndre Swift. So yeah, he helps block.
A running back.
He helps block for DeAndre Swift.
And DeAndre Swift is a Capricorn. Capricorn and Scorpio. That's water and earth. Perfect.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect combination. And yeah.
Incredible team.
Yeah, so to kind of recap everybody. So my quarterback is Josh Allen.
From the Bills.
Wide receiver is Calvin Johnson.
Was on Detroit, the Lions.
Megatron. We got Steve Smith as my other wide receiver.
He was in the Panthers and the Ravens as well.
My running back is DeAndre Swift.
From Philly.
My tight end is Mark Andrews.
Yeah, for the Ravens.
Fullback is Alec Ingold.
For my Dolphins.
Go Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins, boy.
Dolphins, boy. My offensive lineman is Jason Kelsey.
From Philly as well.
Yeah. So what do you think of my overall team, the overall vibe that it's given off? Do you think due to their Zodiac signs, how I picked them was based on their Zodiac signs? Do you think that now this makes a great team?
I would say so. I mean, every single player is a top 5, if like top 10, if not a top 5 player.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is a disgusting squad. I mean,
tough.
I wouldn't. Smart, tough, you know, selfless, and intelligent.
Yeah.
Incredible team. I mean, you did a hell of a job. If just using Zodiac signs, this is the team you picked is This is crazy. Wow, I never thought that you could even, this was even possible. Like, I've never even considered even knowing these zodiac signs for the players, but now that I know it, like, and seeing the player that I've seen, like, in person and on the TV, like, seeing them play like that, like, it's crazy how this shit really all makes sense.
Yeah, I realized I picked 2 water signs, 2 earth signs, and 2 air signs. I didn't pick any fire. I'm sorry, fire. I love my fire signs, but this is what I thought would fit best. I think fire signs probably do best in like tennis or something, where it's like quick action, fast.
Oh, maybe we could jump into that some other time.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that is my team.
Nice, nasty team. I'd take that team in a heartbeat.
Awesome.
Well, everybody, thank you again for joining us on this cosmic NFL draft. It was definitely a crazy one.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope that you think that maybe using the strategy when it comes to making your own draft for fantasy next year, maybe you could try it.
Maybe, and if I'll do it next year, but if I lose, you're gonna have to pay the pie. It's a risk. It's a risk, but hey, there's a reward.
What? I'll do it.
There's a reward because we'll share the championship.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
But we want to actually invite you as well to share your thoughts, memories, your own cosmic perspective of this episode with us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know what you think. If you think that my team is strong, and stay connected with us at Cosmic Quartz on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube for more captivating episodes where sports and the cosmos connect.
Well, everybody, until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your love for the sports burning brightly.
This has been Cosmic Quartz, where the world of sports transcends boundaries and reaches for the stars.